There's whole neighborhoods up in the hills. And you wonder how they're going to deal with a wildland fire. Because there's some houses up in there, snuggled in among the trees. It started when I went to the Netherland project, and I met a firefighter who had been fighting. He was a local structure guy, a nice fellow, and he and his wife, I met them, and they were super nice people. And while he was out fighting the wildfire, their house burned down. And I had this firefighter standing in front of me crying, and I've never seen, they're kind of tough, pragmatic individuals in a lot of ways. And here's this guy just weeping in front of me. And I thought to myself, I never want to see that again. That's hard for me. And it just really impacted me in a way. This man lost his house when he lost saving his community. And I thought, dude, that's dedication. So the best thing I can do is be dedicated and do something in return and pay back. And that's how I got into it. That set everything in motion. My name is Michael Anderson. I got into wildland fire in 2016. I joined the military in the 1970s, the Vietnam era, went back for Gulf War I. Then the war on terror came up, and then other things came up, and then I wound up being more of an advisor. And it's like when people have called me, I've never said no. It's about responding. In 2015, most of my friends were taking wildland training, but I was getting my knees replaced. And I thought, next year, it's gonna happen. And so I did, and because I have asthma, and I had all these injuries that happened to me out of the country in 2006, 2007, and 8. I came back in early 2008, and my spine was broken, my abdominal cavity was ruptured. I had broken jaw, ruptured eardrums, and I was blind, legally blind. They finished repairing me in 2015, and they asked me after surgery, what are you gonna do? You're a wildland firefighter.
Firefighter Scott Loehndorf. I work for Getchell Fire Department, Snohomish County Fire District 22, and I'm also coming up of retirement from the Navy after 21 years. There's a lot of veterans, and we've all seen them, that do find themselves lost. They don't know what to do with their lives. Some need that structure, just that drive that's going to get them to the next level.
It's hard to define. But when I came back in 2008, I was like, I got to do something with my life. And I was kind of lost at that time. So I'm like, what am I going to do? You know? But then when wildland kind of popped into my head and my friends were talking to me about it, it's like, the first year I got into wildland, they wouldn't let me take the PAC test. So I did heli-base management. Managed heli-base on the Keystone Fire, 2017 in Wyoming, and helped manage that. Did morning briefings, all that. The next fire was California. That's because I had taken the PAC test at 93 degrees Fahrenheit and passed it. And yeah, I've had to fight stereotyping a little bit slower, to be naturally understood, but I was taught in the military, you don't quit. Maybe I'll fall on my face, but I'm not gonna quit.
The military in general and the fire service, wildland, public safety sector, all of those professions have very definite parallels. And especially in the wildland is that brotherhood, that trust, and that you have to look to your left and look to your right and know that brother or sister is gonna have your back without question.
I've met some of the most fantastic people. I mean, they just come from all over the country, and they come from different backgrounds, you know, different ethnicities, and yet you become this very cohesive team, and everybody's got the same mindset. It's like we become a collective mind, and it is the most invigorating experience. You know, and sometimes I'm still fighting stereotyping, oh, you're this age, and I'm like, dude, if I can do the work, let me do the work. You know, after 2018, it's like, yeah, I can do this. You know, I beat their game. But common sense this past year said, nah, you got to step back and let the youngins do it. And part of the reason I do it are the young people. You know, you've got fire, you've got trees that fall, you've got all kinds of hazards that are going on. And there are people that go to the fire line and they're there for a day or two and they go, I can't do this. It's about the mind, and you have to learn to conquer your mind. And you have to be, the captain of your ship, master your soul. I look at life differently than somebody who's younger, because I've seen a lot, experienced a lot, and I began to get a very interesting perspective of how the world works and life itself. To pass that wisdom down, because maturity is something that's really granted to very few. I have set personal goals in my mind to be, to leave something better of myself wherever I go. You know, and I hope I leave part of my legacy in the forests of this country, because it's amazing to me. You know, we have a beautiful country, a magnificent forests, and to me, that's the most important thing. So we leave this legacy for future generations, and that they're healthy forests and they're not burning people's houses down. That's important.